All right, guys, we are back for another live episode of Muscle Discord. And we got Coach Rich back with us, man. Thank you for coming back.
No
Very
problem.
special day here. And we are covering, which we hope to be, the Cbum live press conference. Unless he's trolling everyone, I don't know. But we're gonna wait. We're gonna watch and see when he comes on live. We have some other big topics, big breaking news today. Tonio Burton has dropped out of the 2024 Mr. Olympia. So, I mean, I got some things to say about that. I mean, we're 4.6 weeks out to be exact from the Olympia. This is kind of short notice. I'm sure the promoters aren't very happy. And you got to think about those things as a professional. How do you look? How does that come off to Jake Wood, Dan Solomon, who were busting their balls to put on this show? And you do three shows to try and qualify for the Olympia. I'm assuming that's why you competed three fucking times this year, Tonio.
Right.
To try and qualify for the Olympia, you were pushing so hard to get there, and then you did. I'm gonna pull out the show. I'm just gonna skip the Olympia this year. Why not? And we'll go into that. You can tell I'm not happy that Tonio is not doing the show. But if it's about his health, which is what they're alluding to, then okay, right? Health comes first, right?
Agreed.
But I look at things on both sides of the coin, and I don't know. I like your opinion on this too. In a second here, I just find it very interesting that he's dropping out. If you are going to work on your health and try and get bigger in the off season and to come back because the judges are saying, hey, you got to put on more size, then do that 12 weeks out from the Olympia. Like, why 4.5 weeks out from the Olympia? You're announcing this now. It doesn't. That's when I question things. Other people are going to be like, oh, okay, Tony, you'll take care of yourself, get better. I'm like, no, what are you doing? This is 4 weeks out from the Olympia. What kind
Yeah.
of a decision is this to be making this close to the show? That's my
Sorry.
rant.
Doesn't make sense. And I
I'll let
totally
you
agree.
talk a little bit. I gotta find the Chris bumps and stuff. So I'll let you kind of chime in now on that. Sorry.
Well, you know what, Matt, you raised some great points. As seasoned coaches yourself and myself, when you're prepping, you have a game plan. Your goal is to get to Olympia. You know what shows you're going to do to qualify. You know what you have to do, how many weeks it's going to take. So if you're pulling out 5 weeks towards Olympia, it's either one, something drastically has happened, which is
Yeah.
health concerns. I support that. Or two is just you're totally not ready. And I don't believe he's not ready. So it's got to be a health issue. Now, they could say, well, it's not that major. If it wasn't that major, you would do the show. It's the Olympia. It's the Holy Grail. So what's going on here? You're sending mixed signals. Like you need to know your health 8, 10 weeks out before your blood work should be always being taken care of a couple months out. So you have an idea what's going on. Doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Now, what is this guy? It says he's getting his gallbladder removed. That I didn't see that in
I
the
never seen
thing.
nothing like that.
Uh,
Hmm.
I didn't see where they said that. We're gonna play the video here. I want to monitor the CBum press conference, so I'm not gonna go into the other topics. Thank you, Lafayette, for the $9.99 donation. I really appreciate that. It helps me
Not yet.
continue to take care of this channel and pay the bills. So I appreciate you, brother. It says, it's nice to see your hard work paying off and the direction you're taking this channel. Thank you. A lot of people disagree with you and say I'm the new Nick Trigili of, this whole thing. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't think, I mean, yeah, I'm a bit controversial. I say it like it is, and it might piss some people off, but that's just me. But I try not to cross the line and get personal or anything like that. So I really do appreciate that, brother. And thanks for the donation. I'm constantly refreshing the CBum thing just to make sure
Me
that,
too. Keep an eye on
yeah,
it.
hopefully, yeah, you do it too. I want
Yeah.
to, one of us will catch it and we can know when it goes live here. So we'll get that for you guys. We will not miss it. Okay, so let me get focused here. So Tonio Burton, that's the big news as well. Okay, so big news day today. You got CBum press conference and we got Tonio Burton jumping on the Olympia. So let's go in and watch While I'm doing this, if you can monitor the Cbum
I am right
on your
now.
phone. Okay. Okay. And I will we'll play this and see what he says. See why they're
He's
dropping
on
out.
now. He's doing it.
Okay, he's doing
Gymshark.
it.
Something about Gymshark.
Is
He's
Gymshark?
on now. Yeah.
Is he on his own page or Gymshark's? Which page is it?
Oh well, I went to the Cbum page
Yeah.
and they showed him walking through and just basically saying,
Oh, there it is.
Thank you everyone for coming today. I'm just gonna jump straight into it.
I don't
Okay,
think
okay,
it's
okay.
okay.
Thinking a lot about.
I see it. Okay, I'll play it. I'll play it.
So
1 second here. Let's go. Let's go. Okay.
thank you everyone for coming today.
Woo.
I'm just gonna jump straight into it. I've been thinking a lot about my future and what's important to me. So
This is what it is.
Daddy's home.
That's it, guys. Wow. Okay. I knew it was an endorsement. I even had it in my thing.
Thank you everyone for coming today. I'm just gonna jump straight into it. I've been thinking a lot about my future and what's important to me. So
Okay.
part owner.
Part owner, that's what I was about to say.
Daddy's home.
And I'll say something. Remember back in the days, Chris said, I don't want to be a part of no supplement company unless I'm in the higher ups. And that's when he left Jack Factory to become
Yeah.
top. So hey, that's good.
Yeah. There's Lee Priest. What's up, brother?
What's up, Lee?
Make save money by switching to Geico. That's Lee's goal too. I love it. Okay, so what is it? So Gymshark, okay, part owner of. Let me just do a little something here for you guys.
He was with Gymshark years ago when he left.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, he was a affiliate with Gymshark. One of the first to go big.
Yeah. So Gymshark. Let me share this here, guys, for you. Is as of 2023, his net worth is 1.2 billion. So Chris Bumstead is part owner of a company that's in the billions. How did that? There must have been like the way this must have been structured is that he's part owner, so he's getting a percentage of the corporation of Gymshark. But I think the value that it's not like he injected, $60 million into Gymshark.
No.
Because I know Chris Bumstead doesn't have that much money unless he got some investors to help him go into this venture. I think I'm Cbum. My name is worth $1 billion in this industry. I'll partner with you in your company. I don't know why Gymshark. They're doing pretty good anyway. I don't know. I get it, right? It's going to help, but I'm thinking that's how this kind of venture would have worked. Is that my name, the Cbum brand has this much value. I'll join partners with you, and that's my equity into the business. Is my name.
Good point.
Right? I don't know how else he would afford to, like, right? It's like, how do you do that? Like, it's probably worth $4 or $5 billion, really, if they really wanted the
Easily.
company, right? So awesome. Big news. Having equity into that company is just taking Chris probably to a whole new level of status wealth wise. So good for him and his future. So that's big news, I guess.
big news.
I didn't like that it's a 2-second press conference. It's not a press conference. He could have just posted the video and said, "Hey guys, I got a special video." It's like, so.
But I agree with you. But with his nature and how he is, that's something out of the ordinary. So I guess maybe to him that's a big step. And I get it. It's a great marketing scheme how we did it, but just a little bit more detail.
Yeah.
But to touch on that, like I said, when he was with Gymshark years ago, he knew his value because when he was on, everyone was buying Gymshark. I knew about Gymshark, but I wasn't really on until he came on and everybody and their mother was buying it. So when he left now, you didn't see too much of that buzz in the industry. So I think with him coming back, you know he has some leverage.
Yeah. Lee Priest says, worst press conference, daddy's home, that moment you wish your mom was a single parent.
Wow, Lee, come on
Yeah.
now.
Who else was in here? Oh, Johnny Bravo. What's up, brother?
What's up, John?
Laugh my ass. I knew this a-hole was gonna pull this bullshit. Yeah. I even said in my Instagram post, this is either going to be the biggest troll in bodybuilding or it's going to be a big endorsement deal. And in my poll, it will be a big endorsement deal was 19%. And I said, will he retire? Yes, 37%, no, 45%. So I had the inclination that it was an endorsement deal. So I was kind of right in my intuition here, guys.
I remember you telling me that. Good point.
Yeah. So a little kudos to myself, there, a little pat on the back. Yeah, it is kind of, what is Johnny saying here? Funny thing about Bumstead is any video on him get views, never understood it. Well, yeah, he's got 25 million followers on Instagram. He can post a blank black image on Instagram. It'll get fucking 10,000 views or 100,000 views. So he can do that, right? He can get away with it.
He's the biggest influencer in the fitness industry right now. Like, he's a household name. There's no disputing that.
Yeah. So, well, okay. I mean, it's like, to me, it's not like, okay, if you see with Gymshark, okay, that's awesome. I expected more from this. This is kind of a little bit disappointing. I thought, this was a gimmick. This is kind of gimmicky. But anyways, congratulations to Cbum for doing this. Another business deal for him. Great. I mean, okay, that's awesome. It is what it is, and that's it. There's not much more to talk about because it's not. No. I don't think it's breaking news. It just would have been cool if he just posted it like a normal video.
Right.
This wasn't a press conference. A press conference is where you take questions from the press and the media, which he could have done, which would have been cool for him to be like, have some media there. You know what it would have been good would be to have like media like me, media like Johnny Bravo and all the Nick Strength, like other people to come or just do that or something and be like, make it cool, right? But it was like, he doesn't need that though. He can do whatever the fuck he wants and it'd be fine. But I just think it was just a little over dramatized.
I think it was more due to the questions probably would be asked and stuff.
Yeah, how dramatic of him. No one cares he's with Gymshark. Why even bother making some big announcement? Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree with that. This could backfire a little bit on him. I don't know. It could hurt.
Here's the thing. I agree with what he says, but think about what he just did. He got everybody buzzing and talking.
Yeah, but he scammed us.
And that's
Chris Bump said this scam us.
There's pros and cons. Now you put the reel out and you sort of gave us a bait, but it wasn't a bait you expected. Now there is how people will respond to this.
Is Gymshark going to get canceled now? Are we going to? No, I'm just joking. Try to push that. No, push that narrative. Cancel Gymshark. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I just find it was a little bit. When you're this big, it's like when you have 25 million followers and you can like move an industry in a direction because you have that much sway. To do a gimmicky 4-second whatever. Let's watch this again because I kind of forget. Let's see what he does here again.
Thank you everyone for coming today. I'm just going to jump straight into it. I've been thinking a lot about my future and what's important to me. So Daddy's home.
This was pre-recorded.
It was. Oh, definitely. They had this done probably like weeks ago.
Yeah. But here's my question, Matt. He has his own clothing line.
Yeah.
Cbum, why are you joining forces with another clothing line? Are you gonna do? Well, I don't
know. It's weird. It's not weird. It's just like you're right. He does have another clothing line, so he's gonna peek into his own clothing line.
Like that's what gets me. It's either you. I can understand if you came over and said, okay, you know what, I want to take over or buy the whole thing, but you have your own line. So how do you the happy medium? It's not like supplements where okay, you don't join one supplement company go to another and promote both. You don't do that. Same thing
Yeah.
with clothing line. So why I don't understand the correlation with that.
Just guys, I'm sorry for the letdown. Uh, he could have just posted this. This wasn't a
Yeah,
press conference. What do you feel? How do you feel about that? You know,
I don't like
is
it.
it?
It's not cool.
Yeah, I agree. In the comments, you usually can get the tone of how something's coming across to people by how they're reacting, especially in the comments. It's like this is over dramatized. This is stupid. Like, why did he do this? It's just a gimmick, right?
As
And
yes.
we all were like, even Dave Palumbo and all that. We were coming on and be
Mhm.
like, this better be a big fucking deal because you're Chris Bumstead and you're trying to make this thing a press conference,
Yeah.
and it can't be like they wouldn't. Dave was like he wouldn't do this. It was just like some kind of just whatever ordinary thing or whatever, like
Right.
supplement line dropping or a new flavor or something like that. Like, but this is like okay. And then I thought to myself, okay, maybe he's doing something with The Rock or he's doing a collaboration in Hollywood or he's doing some. I could see that, and then you do a press conference and you talk about it and you explain. For
Hmm.
10 minutes, have a press conference or whatever. But just a clothing brand, Gymshark,
Nah.
that you're part owner.
As Joey Swoll would say, Cbum, you need to do better.
Yes, good one, good one. And then Chris is all about himself. Uh, does very little to promote bodybuilding. It's not the best look. It's not
Yeah.
the best look. Uh, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I just
No, I agree. I think the marketing approach to do it that way is gimmicky. Like, come on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The memes are coming now. Lee's
Oh,
like,
for sure. Good
watch out
call,
for the
Z.
meme. Yeah. Uh, oh, I cringed really hard when he unzipped his sweater and said "Daddy's home." Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it. I mean, let's talk about the Tonio Burton stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
Cbum thing is a little bit of a letdown, guys. Um, whatever. Okay, he's going to be even richer now. He's going to be even more richer than we all are. So I guess
Mm,
good for him,
right.
right? That makes people feel good. But anyways, isn't really promoting the sport. It's just like, hey, I'm part of this company. I'm going to be worth even more money now, guys. Good for me. Yay. Like that's, I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. Like it's
Yeah.
fine. But is it promoted? Is it getting into the mix of bodybuilding in the sense of it? Not really. It's just Gymshark clothes with whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just,
Let down.
it's a letdown, guys. Okay, so let's transition into Tonio Burton
Yeah.
dropping today that he's out of the Olympia, 4.5 weeks out. He decides to come out and say, you know what, guys, due to health concerns, and I want to just try and get bigger for next year.
Hmm.
I'm dropping off. So let's just watch the video here, quick,
Hmm.
and then we can come in after that here.
Okay.
So let me share this.
So anyway, so long story short, but those are the reasons why we decided that we're not going to do the Olympia this year. We're going to sit out. There have been other people in the past that have sat out. I mean, Jen Dory, the reigning Miss Olympia bikini competitive, athlete, is sitting out this year.
Hmm.
Jay Cutler has sat out of an Olympia. There's been last year there were a lot of guys that didn't make it to the stage for a bunch of different reasons: retirement, either having issues with health, not being able to make it from visa issues, whatever. Regardless of the reasoning, it's in our best interest and Antonio's best interest, and this is something that we talked about at length, to take the time, let his body get healthy, spend plenty of time without anything, and then really focus on driving his weight up, putting on as much muscle as we can, so that way when we do come back to the stage, he's coming back with 10 plus pounds of new tissue. It's not like a short time that we're not trying to grow 10 pounds of muscle in 5 months.
Right.
We've talked about this, and it's like, hey, we're committed to achieving a certain goal, a certain physique that we're looking for, as well as we've got some weight goals in there as well. Tonio stays relatively lean year round, so
very lean.
If we can hit those weight goals while he stays in that typical condition that he just kind of walks around at, well then there's no way that we wouldn't have that grown. You know,
Right.
right now, you're sitting in like the low 250s, and this is like close to the heaviest that you've been since I've worked with you.
Hmm.
We have aspirations to put on maybe another 20 pounds, and it's not going to happen overnight. So that's kind of where we're at with his career. Again, he's in his early 30s, so these are the prime years to really grow. Tonio, you talked to Dexter and Melvin Anthony.
Yeah. And they talk about it too. Not to rush anything. Take your time. Keep doing what we're doing. It's to stay in the game as long as we can. You know what I mean? You get people who rush it and cram all this shit in, and it also gives the muscle a certain look. It's big, that soft muscle compared to the hard grainy that we bring to Olympia. We don't do much. We don't blast a lot, so it's not as fast of growth of what we could get out of it. But again, like you said, staying healthy. I have kids, and that was the biggest, takeaway from when he was telling me to go off season. And that's when, like you say, how you guys feeling? I said, better now. Because at first I couldn't wrap my head around it. I was like,
It's like, you want
I don't
me to
know.
not do the Olympia?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy. Yeah, it's kind of a crazy premise, and and that's okay. Like, I'll take the heat for it. You know what I mean? Because it was my idea, and
There you go.
'cause
Coach's
I know
idea.
that, like, we just qualified for the O. He's like, all right, let's go. Like, I'm ready to do it. Let's kill this.
Yeah.
Let's bring a better package this year to the O than we did last year. Which we could do that.
Okay.
That doesn't guarantee us a better
Yeah.
placing though.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And obviously,
Yeah.
this Olympia
You can
lineup
speculate all you
is
want. You still got to just
loaded.
compete, bro.
And
Right.
you know, last year was pretty loaded too, but again, it wasn't until very late in the game when a lot of guys just couldn't show up. So again, it is what it is.
No, wait a minute.
And now
You got guys like Baruz who are fucking dying to get here.
And then you walk out like that.
And you're like, I just want to get a little bit bigger. And I just want to take time and rip my butt. Dexter Jackson competed in like 400 shows. And he competed till he was 50. And he was bigger. It looked like he had a tremendous physique compared to Tonio. So I'm just like, what is this? Like, I want to take time. I'm in my 30s. I get health is important. You have to monitor your blood work. You have to take care of yourself as an athlete. A lot of bodybuilders have passed away because they just overdo it. I get it. Then don't overdo it. Just be cautious in what you're doing with your protocol and your drug protocol. Do it smart. There's plenty of bodybuilders that have not had to take time off to do the Olympia. Phil Heath didn't have to take time off to do the Olympia. He just fucking got his pro card. He won a pro show and he went into the Olympia and he battled and he battled and he battled and became Mr. Olympia. And now the rest is history. He didn't be like, And Phil competed in the 240s. It's not 280 on stage or whatever. So it's just like these guys and their coaches and they're like, they just listen to whatever the coach tells them to do. Maybe it's obviously they say it's a mutual agreement they have, but I don't know, man. Like, just so concerned about, I got to get bigger because the judges are telling me to get bigger. Fuck that. Just compete, improve 10% every year. That's good enough. You don't have to be fucking Mr. Olympia right off the bat. You can work your way up like a lot of these guys did back in the day. Ronnie Coleman was last place when he did the first Olympia.
Look at him now. Came
Just
back
like,
hard. You know what the problem? The problem is a lot of weak-minded individuals. We know coming into the sport, it's not a healthy sport. You know that from day one.
yes, we know that already. So prepare for it.
Prepare for it. So that's telling me he wasn't preparing for it, and his markers obviously are elevated.
Yeah.
And here's why. For me, I'm not a doctor, but working in the medical field and working with doctors, you can see years ago, even a year and a half ago, his skin tone, it's yellowish. Something's going on with his liver and kidneys. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Because if it wasn't an issue, you would continue on. Look at Dexter Jackson, those guys back in the day. They've been doing shows and multiple shows per year. So that comparison is invalid. That's a weak excuse. Not taking anything away from his coach's knowledge.
Yeah.
Camp Jansen, I get that, but you should know this ahead of time, way before. So were you not preparing him properly, or you didn't care? Which one is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So there's one person saying, okay, well, no, you just completely said two wrong things. Dexter took one Olympia off. That's Dexter Jackson. Okay. He's not Dexter Jackson. Okay. He's never will, be at that level. Maybe one day he can become a Mr. Olympia. He's got potential, but he's not Dexter Jackson. He has a Dexter Jackson-esque looking structure physique, yes, but he's not Dexter Jackson. So let's not compare him to Dexter or to Phil Heath. Okay, it's not there. He's still a rookie, up and coming, and trying to prove himself. And it's 4.5 weeks out from the Olympia, and now you're announcing you're not doing the Olympia, and you're taking and okay, let's put this into context, guys, before you just like, oh, you should take time off if he wants to take time off. Other guys have done it. Sure, other people have done it, and then they've never been successful after. They haven't really done anything. I'm not talking about Dexter. I'm not talking about Phil. Those are once in a lifetime athletes. Okay, but if you're gonna do 3 fucking shows this year, why did you do 3 fucking shows? Tell me this. Can anyone answer that? Because you wanted to qualify for the Olympia this year. And then you don't do the Olympia. 4.5 weeks out, you pull out. To me, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to do that. Something is obviously maybe seriously wrong with his health.
I hope
And
not, but yeah.
I hope not. I hope he's good. First off, health comes first. If he is truly fucked up with his blood work and things are off and whatever, that's on them as a team by not monitoring things properly, by blasting for 3 shows and not really doing what's needed. But there's other guys that have done multiple shows this year. Martin Fitzwater did 2 shows this year. He blasted, right? And he's going into the Olympia, and it's going to do good for him because he's following through and he's going to the Olympia. But I just think it's he's in his 30s. You should be healthy. You should know what you're doing at this point by monitoring your blood work. Pull back on the protocol if shit's getting elevated, if your liver, whatever, enzymes, whatever. If you're getting some high levels in your blood work, pull it back a little bit as a coach. Be like, okay, man, we've been blasting for 2 shows here. We're going into our 3rd show this year. We're going into Cali. Let's pull, like, I don't know. I'm on the fence of like, this is kind of a weird decision to make.
Something
But
else.
you put yourselves in this position if you blasted so hard and didn't really monitor your health proactively throughout the year. Someone failed on that part by
Someone
not
needs to work, definitely.
doing
Someone
what they, right? Just I don't know. I just big fan of Tonio Burton. I'm not hating on Tonio Burton. I've had him on the show.
Good guy, yeah.
I pushed him a lot, right? I've hyped him up. I call him the Dexter Jackson 2.0, right? I really push Antonio Burton, and then for him to pull out last minute. If you're gonna pull out 12 weeks out. Say, guys, I'm gonna focus the next year on my health.
That's my point. You should know this.
That's when you do it, right? That's when they usually do it way in advance. They don't pull out like 4 weeks out. That's go time. This is crunch time. It's 4 weeks out. So if Tonio is watching or hears wind of my rant on this, I want to know, why did you wait till 4 weeks out from the Olympia to pull out?
Yeah.
What happened? Right? So
If you can come out and give us this platform to say you're pulling out, give us the courtesy and respect to say, okay, this is why I'm doing it, and you should have done this weeks before. So bad preparation. Remember, the key word is prep. You're preparing, so obviously you weren't preparing.
yeah, you weren't proactively preparing if your health was out of whack, and you just kept going and going, and then was it getting worse and worse and worse, and then you wanted to pull out, or you kind of testing the water. But I saw video of Tonio like weeks and weeks and weeks ago. I'm like, he doesn't really look like he's getting dialed in here. Like, what's going on? So it looks like this was already established far out from 4 weeks out.
Body wasn't responding, and they just said, let's just call it and say it's health concern or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So Lee's saying they are all lazy, no heart, pathetic. I listened to my guru, and I need to call him and see if I can go to the toilet back soon. Yeah. Wonder if he wanted to, but coach said no. That's like, yeah, Lee, I'm in Lee's, like, Lee Priest really is against these gurus telling these athletes what to do, and they do everything the coach tells them to do, and they don't think for themselves. And I'm not saying Tonio's doing that, but it's just this generation, like, Brian Nasser, it's the IG generation. Nobody wants to work to get paid. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Tonio put in the work. He did 3 shows this year.
Yeah.
So he's hustling. right? And and he even wanted to do Detroit Pro, and he didn't have time to register for it.
Yeah.
So it's just that's why if he wasn't taking away qualification spots from other competitors,
Hmm.
right, and then you drop out. And one commenter said that he said, "Yeah, man, stop. Don't do this if you're going to take a qualification spot away from someone."
But you know what,
Right?
Matt? You brought up a great point. You just touched upon the point where he wanted to do the Detroit show.
Yeah.
They all knew about the Detroit show after Olympia. They knew when it was coming out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they had ideas when it was happening. You didn't make it, and then you came out and said that you're supposed to register by Monday. You didn't know that. So then again, back to this point, are you not preparing properly? Like, what's going on? We have a lot
Mhm.
of things in life. I get that, but you're a pro bodybuilder. This is your everyday lifestyle. You need to prepare better or have better management in your circle because this is the second time now.
Did he have another coach before this?
Yes. His previous coach, great guy, Mike Courtney.
Okay.
That's me. I think they won the Legions and they qualified for the Olympia. Great, knowledgeable guy, and he's all about health too. But that's another story. We get into why, you know,
Yeah.
he left and stuff. But like I said, and not taking anything away from his current coach, smart, knowledgeable person. But I question the fact of if his blood work is not up to par, how did you not notice this weeks before or months before? Why now? Why wait till 4 or 5 weeks out? That's unacceptable.
Yeah. Yeah. This guy's like, imagine blasting to get to that level and you just sit on your ass and sit out of the Olympia.
Mm.
I'm going to tell you right now, Tonio,
Not a good look.
Dan Solomon, Jake Wood, this is the 60th anniversary of the Olympia.
Big Olympia.
This is the one you decide to pull out. And it's 4 weeks. Is 4 weeks going to kill? Is going to put you in a hospital? Maybe it is. Maybe we don't know the underlying
Well,
thing that's happening here.
It's got to be
So
serious. It has to.
I hope it's fucking your hospital serious. Because if it's just about, it sounds more like they just want to get bigger. They're like, well, Tonio's 220 on the stage every year and on stage all the time. So the judges tell him he needs to get bigger. He needs to get bigger. So I think we want.
You know that months ago to do that. So
Yeah.
That's a poor excuse again.
Yeah, I'm getting mixed signals here. It's like, what's
Yeah.
the excuse? Is it because you need to get bigger, so you want a longer off season,
Or health.
or is it your health? Which one is it? Right. This is where I think like a lot of the people that have good managers in their camp,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like Regan Grimes and stuff has manager
Manager
Matt.
Matt.
Yeah, but when you don't have, like, you shouldn't need a manager as a bodybuilder. Like Lee Priest would be like, who fuck needs a manager, right? I would be on the same page as that. But some of these athletes just don't know like how to like do the PR of like, this isn't looking good.
Mm-hmm.
This is 4 weeks out from the Olympia. This is the 60th anniversary of the Mr. Olympia, and you took a qualification spot from people, and you're deciding to sit out based on this like, oh, I need to get bigger. Well, do the Olympia and then get bigger.
Right. But to touch on your point, I think in regards to the management aspect, the times have changed back in the 90s where we had the big magazines, we had people reaching out to you like paying for you to go to shows. They never had the gurus. Now with no magazine, hard to promote, so you don't know what's really going on outside the world because you're just in the gym. So you need someone to give you that insight. Okay, this is what's happening. I'm gonna do that. So I can see the point of having someone in your corner, but you also got to think for yourself as well.
Yeah. Lee Priest says 4 weeks out, you should almost be ready the last 3 weeks, correct?
Mhm.
I was taking Leslie, coming off, so I didn't have any injection marks. Yeah. So it was his blood. He could get tapering off geared. Yeah. Yeah. You're supposed to start tapering off anyways the last few weeks. And Tonio doesn't need to be 260 or 250.
No.
He's like a Dexter. You need to be 220, 230, slowly getting bigger. Dexter didn't jump up from 220 to 240. It was like, I don't know what Dexter's weight was. Lee Priest maybe knows how much Dexter weighed on stage. I think Dexter was maybe at max in the 240s, high 230s on stage, if I'm not mistaken. Right. So, and Antonio's 227 on stage this year. He got bigger. He was 217 the year before, I think. So he put on 10 pounds already. So you're already getting bigger, bro. Right? You're on the right track. You made it. You got 8th place last year at the Olympia. Awesome. Right? You're coming into the Olympia bigger this year. Awesome, right? You had a great year. You won pro shows, and 4 weeks now you're dropping out because
Definitely.
you need a longer off season by 4 weeks.
If these new age bodybuilders took the time of putting more into the supplementation of minerals and vitamins rather than just the gear, they'd be all right. They're missing the mark on the most important thing. We all know this is not a healthy sport, so take care of your blood work earlier. You should be on top of
Yep.
it way before what you're taking and what you're doing. So they obviously were not on top of it.
Yeah, it's just poor planning. If you guys are worried about your health, then especially nowadays with so many bodybuilders that are passing away,
Mhm.
and you're kind of behind the 8 ball on your health, that's on
it.
you guys.
That's
That's
on
on
you.
you guys. That's not just all. Don't blame it on bodybuilding. That's on you, Tonio Burton. That's on you. I don't. What's his coach name? I forget his coach name. That's on his part too, as a coach, guiding his athlete that Tonio's paying. So it's just like you're finding out about this now, 4.5 weeks out. Bullshit. I'm gonna call it what it is. I
I second
just
that, yeah.
no one else is gonna talk like this about. None of these other channels are gonna even remote. Maybe Palumbo or someone will. He has the balls to talk about it. But these other channels they're not gonna talk like I'm talking.
Yeah.
Just they're just scared to do
I'm not
this.
on that level of in regards
Yeah.
to, let's say, his expertise
Yeah.
and knowledge. I've been coaching for 20 years and I have a lot of successful athletes and I know blood work. I can understand it. I work
Yeah.
with doctors. Bottom line is, you guys fucked up.
Yeah.
You missed the mark.
Yeah.
It's on you.
It is. It's a bad look. It's so close.
Yeah.
If it was, like I said, if it was further out from the show, great. But okay, I think I'm just ranting on a little too long
Yeah.
about this. But what other topic? Okay, let's get because we want to keep it an hour. It's the middle of the
Yeah,
day.
so
I gotta
we
go back
have
to
the
work
Italy show.
with stuff. Yeah, Italy show. Yeah. Well, what else did I have on here? Yeah. There was the Milos versus desktop bodybuilding. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, I didn't see that. No.
Yeah, Milos was like fucking pissed off at Xavier at desktop bodybuilding,
Really?
and because first off, Ivan Bodybuilding did a story on Baruz doing that he got his visa, and
he
that
did.
wasn't true. He didn't, and so Milos was already pissed off about that. And then so what Desktop Bodybuilding was going to do was do a story about Baruz and that how Milos has gotten the letters from the Olympia, from Dan Solomon to give him like kudos to the embassy to get his visa to try and help. And here's the proof of the documents. And Desktop Bodybuilding was going to run a story about it. And then Desktop Bodybuilding was trying to work out the title for the video. And Desktop Bodybuilding was like, documents revealed, to make it spicy and to get the views. And Milos like, fuck that shit. No, this is not what I'm trying to do. Just say it's an update about the visa. And so Milos felt like Desktop Bodybuilding was taking advantage of the story to get views. Desktop Bodybuilding was trying to say, well, no, if you want this story to get legs and as much exposure, we need to have a spicy title to get the clickbait so that the word gets spread. So let's just see what Milos says here. And then we can get more context.
Okay.
There.
Guys, the crews would instantly call me. I would instantly know, don't do that, right? So I told, and I know that they're gonna get offended because Ivan got offended, like, oh, I'm being rude and all that stuff. I said, I'm not being rude. I'm telling you, do the right thing, right? Next time you need this, something just confirm with me. So what happened yesterday? Desktop guy, Xavier, right? He's asking me things. I said, like, listen, hey, look what happened with Ivan. Please don't spread the rumors. Anything you need to know, I'll give you. So then I said, you know what? I'm going to decide. I sent him the copy of information from the visa place that check mark administrative processing. Your visa is being processed for any particular day. It could be take days or months. So I got him this. Okay. Then I got him application I sent to the visa. Then I sent him Don Solomon Olympia invitation. And then I sent him Arnold Classic promoter sending.
You sent that to who? To who?
To Xavier last night.
Why?
Because I thought he wants to do a good, nice little help cruise help the awareness. Okay, we are still waiting for the visa. The Jake Woods, Tyler Mannion's, Don Salmon, Adam Classic promotion. They all invite him. He earned the qualification. He should be, so everything in that positive, thing. The next thing you know, right before I'm going to go to sleep, I got this. Oh yeah, how does documents revealed?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I'm not.
Documents
I'm not.
revealed what?
I'm not surprised. Milos,
Yeah, but, geez,
you give
Christ,
you gave him information for more clickbait.
Exactly.
So that's what I told him. And then he goes, oh, but Milos, I said, like, be classy about it. You want to help the cruise or you want to help your channel? I'm not here to help your channel.
He's helping
I'm here
his
to help
channel,
the
Milos. What do
cruise.
you think?
I think that there's some people have an honor and they're going to truly want to
Yeah,
help.
but it's yeah, of course they want to help, but they want to help their channel. That's why they do this.
But then he goes, like, oh, yeah, if I say, be classy about it and say, update, an update with these documents, that sounds okay. And he's hearing it from me up to there, like midnight last night. Dennis, I was in bed.
Milos is
I
pissed
got up
right now.
to go on the computer, find him some of those emails, send him the. So 12:30 finally, when I send this, oh hell no, you're not gonna say revealed and all that stuff. And then he goes, if I put the update, it's gonna be 3,000K. If I put this, it's gonna be 20,000K. I said, listen, I don't give a shit about your K's, right?
But this is what I'm
Next thing
saying.
next thing you know, are you threatening me? Are you so fucking rude?
Whoa.
Now I'm gonna make another 300.
But
Yeah, Tyler's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Meals open the can of
I'm
worms, but
still
it's
shaking since last night.
here's for me rule number one. When it comes to YouTube, it doesn't matter whose channel it is. This is for their views. They don't do this for nothing else. For nothing else. Ask him if his channel is monetized. Of course, that's why he's doing it. More views, more money. At the end of the day, I would never send any personal information to anybody to get clicks off of that. But that's what they do. As soon as you send that thing, I didn't even see it. But you just told me. I can imagine how you're going to put it out to say, "Yeah, documents revealed." Thanks to Milos, thanks to Milos Sarchev, we got the documents.
Yeah, but now it is coming from his coach, revealing. Revealing. I'm informing you so you can, be educated about it. Inform the audience. There is 20,000 people coming.
Yeah, but you don't think it would have been enough if you would have just told them that you have this or this was done, and without sending it to them?
Okay, I wanted to make it even more powerful, right? Now, all your guys, got the crap.
Yeah.
This is coming from coach. And I told him, the second I got information from the cruise, I'm going to be first one to post it and inform all of you guys. Come on, because we are all fans. We follow your channel. We follow Ivan. We follow Nick's Second Power, whatever. And I said, okay, give us the real info. Don't do this clickbait shit.
Yeah, well, 99% of 99. Yeah,
You know me.
I know you. Yeah, but that's why I mean. You want to do something good, and at the end, you're just going to give yourself another stress day or two.
Kicked in the teeth.
And then get this one. Are you threatening me?
Why? What did you say? What did you say?
Couple of pieces.
You called him a piece of shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Because that's what they do. I said, don't be that.
Right thing. Milos, but wouldn't he be a piece of shit if you would have sent him all the documents and would have said, listen, don't post it?
So I sent him because I would never think that he would be that way. When he started, and I have all the text, and I told him, yeah, go ahead, post it. And he's going to be listening to this. If he wants to post it, he's more than welcome to post a whole conversation so you see where it was going, right? So I think by sending him this,
Like another video.
Salmon stamp, Honor Classic stamp, all this, and I tell him, Jake Woods, Tyler Manning, everybody wants to help.
Right,
Everybody.
of course.
Give them props because people think like Olympia and IBB Pro League, they're not doing anything. They're ready to do everything. They already did.
No, there's not much more. There's not more they can do. This is it.
How much more they can do. So
Stop that.
I want to inform the people because everybody wants to know. It's 5 weeks now. Like, is this happening? So coming from Behrus coach, I just talked to him. this second. I can post next morning. Yeah, until this airs, maybe you're gonna see his response, on the desktop.
It don't matter. It don't matter. At the end of the day, he's happy for you doing that stuff because it's free for him and it's free likes and shares for this.
Okay.
It's just all business. At the end of the day, everybody's just trying to get views, and this is understandable. And this is how this works. This is the business of YouTube. Clickbait.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Clickbait. And there's people that I clicked so many damn videos because I read the damn fucking title,
I know.
and I'm waiting and it's not even coming up.
I see the
never
shark.
It happens all the fucking
I
time.
think it's a glad to see it. There's nothing about sharks.
Yeah, but you know where they learned that from? From our fucking news channel.
Yeah. The clickbait thing, there's clickbait, but you have to then actually talk about what the clickbait is. There's a lot of clickbait, and they don't talk about what the clickbait says in the thumbnail. So
Right.
I don't do that. I actually talk about the shit because I'm not afraid to fucking talk about it. So
Exactly.
my shit's controversial in a sense, or just blunt in truth, so people want to click and watch it. But what's your take on that?
Well, here's my take. Milos, great guy. Like I said, I never met him personally, but I know he speaks from the heart. He's a caring person, but I'll put the onus on him. He fucked up when he said, hey, when he showed Xavier, look at visa being processed, that's document. You showed him a document. So knowing who Xavier is and what his job is to do is media. So
Yeah.
how can you blame him unless you said unless you tell him specifically don't post it,
Yeah.
but you walking into it. So you open that can of worms. I don't blame Xavier. It's
Yeah.
not a finger pointing, but you open the door for Pandora's box, and now the box is open. So he's gonna post it. So that's my take on it.
Yeah. I see what Xavier was doing. He was just trying to, again, promote it in the sense of Milos maybe doesn't understand how the whole clickbait, not even clickbait, but just making it an interesting title for people to be worthy enough to be like, okay, I want to watch. Oh, documents revealed, Beru's visa. Okay, I gotta watch this. Versus visa update, Beru's.
Big difference, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's just a regular update. Okay, but so I understand what the desktop was doing. And again, this was discussed that he's going to use this title before it goes up. Hey, Milos, I want to use this title. Documents revealed about the visa, whatever. And desktop was trying to explain it, but Milos was like thinking that he was trying to exploit the situation. When I don't think desktop's an awesome dude. Like, he's not a bad guy.
No,
right?
He's all about helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Xavier is all about helping, and he's all about if I can do something to help, I will. So I think Milos just interpreted it differently, but
yeah, I think that's what happened. And then Milos was just once he was in it, he was like, I'm gonna go all in on this and
code
swear
red.
and this and
Code
that.
red. It's just
It's
just gone. No
and
reason.
I think if Milos steps back and maybe processes this, he'd be like, okay, I can kind of see the other side maybe, but who knows if he will mention that. But it was just interesting that happened. I wanted to touch base on that.
But with the visa issue, last point, the visa issue, you're not having issue with Bruce and the visa issue, and Hani had done it with his client. Oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank?
With Hadi?
Yeah, with Hadi. Why not reach out to Hani and say, hey, I'm having issues. What steps did you take to help out to get a visa? They're both from the same country, are they not? Reach out.
Yeah, Iran. Yeah. I've mentioned that already, but I don't know why they're not working together to figure it out to get him here. Okay. But all right, let's move on to Hunter Labrada. He did the Italy Pro show. Lots of talk about what happened with Hunter. What's your opinion? I haven't really talked about
the
Hunter
first thing that screams out to me is we know you have a hernia issue. You're hiding it. It's in broad daylight. Someone not in the bodybuilding world can see the issues here. And that's why when they do that posing with the hands out in front, they're covering it. They're trying to hide it. You hide your flaws. I get that, but mark here.
You can see that right under the pecs. Yeah. Dead center. Yeah. That's a hernia above the abs? Yeah. It's just not. Usually, it's like by the belly button.
Usually by the belly button, but you can get up by the upper rib cage as well.
So he has to go to surgery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he doesn't want to talk about it.
It's plain obvious.
Just wants us to see it and think, oh, we're not going to see that. We're seeing it, Hunter. So why don't these guys just be like, this is the age of social media. this is where you can just be like, hey guys, man, fuck, like this hernia thing, it's here. I gotta get it fixed, but I'm gonna do the Italy Pro show anyways, and do the Olympia, and then after the Olympia, I'm gonna have surgery on it. But like, are you afraid that if you talk about it, it's gonna hurt you in the judging or something? Like, obviously it didn't. He still won the show, which is, some people will disagree with him winning the show. We'll talk about that in a second. So I just like, just talk about it. Just open up about these things. So we as media are not like having to point it out and bring it to attention, and then it gets a different spin on it, and like his body is beat up, and like, what's happening, Hunter? Why didn't you tell anyone about this hernia that you have? It's very obvious. Just, I don't understand some of these guys. It's just like, just talk about these things. People like when you're a little bit vulnerable and you open up and you know, that's how. Just talk about it. That's how Rich Piano was. He just fucking opened up and just lived, just said anything.
That's it.
Right? People just gravitated towards that because you're a real human. But to hide it and not talk about it, I don't know. Maybe he has talked about it, but I haven't heard anything about it. This is the first time I'm seeing this fucking shit. I haven't seen this on him before, so obviously this is a new development. Maybe we'll look back at the old photos, but I haven't seen it. Right? So, what is this guy saying?
But he's
it's not hernial growth of sternum. I have it. It's cartilage.
The upper one is the sternum, but the bottom one, that's a hernia issue.
Okay, so I'm talking about the one in the pecs. So the one in the pecs area of the abs, that's
growth. Yeah.
That's
sternum issue.
So that's not a hernia.
No, that's not a hernia. The one
Okay.
on the bottom, you can see it's at the side of a hernia. You can see it.
Yeah. Okay. Bruise sneaking through the fences of Mexico. Yeah. Okay, so let's see the other photos here. We got that one. Here's another shot. What's going on? Okay. So yeah, you can see the abs are all messed up.
Yeah, it's
Kind of looking like Phil Heath's abs when they started to get all fucked up. And after that, Phil's abs never looked the same. Like, it didn't improve. So I don't know what the fuck Hunter's gonna do about this. It sucks. Because his physique's already beat the fuck up with the pec tear, and that's very obvious. That's what I noticed. He just looks beat up. He looks like he's been through war. It looks like he's been doing bodybuilding for like 40 years, and he's at the end of his career, which is unfortunate. In some areas, maybe I'm being a little harsh. I don't know.
No, it looks like it's been through a battle, but what is he not 30 or?
Yeah, he's like 30 something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Gunn says scene surgery can't be removed. It can't be removed. Interesting.
The upper part. Wow. The upper one can't be though.
Yeah. And maybe that's why he doesn't do ab and thigh pose correctly. Like, he does the open.
He wants to hide it, yeah. And that's makes sense. I get it.
Now we know why he's not doing those shots. There's another shot. Yeah, man. That midsection is just such a distraction. But he still won the show.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing. He did enough just to win, but you can look at the bottom ab how it is. It's just
it's not flexing.
There's no contraction. It balloons out.
That's what happened to Phil Heath.
Yeah.
He couldn't pull, and he started getting the bubble gut because he just couldn't. It was a combination of things, but he couldn't control his lower abs anymore. He couldn't feel it. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now it all makes sense.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. But physique, what? Yeah, I mean he's complete top to bottom, so I see why he beats out Andrea. I'm saying Andre, it's Andrea. Sorry guys. Andrea Presti.
Like, it's better back. He has more lines in the hamstrings. He did enough to win that show. That's where Presti lost in the rear double back pose. It's just it was flat, no back, no glute, ham tie-in.
Yeah, so. He's made improvements. He's gotten his back is improved.
From last year to now, back is improved 100%.
Yeah. A little soft, but
still holding film. You can see, look at his back, lower back, still holding some film. Like, it's
he's so. All right, well, that's Hunter. What do you think, Hunter? Top 6? No. I said that right away. I said, brother, sorry, man. There's too many fucking freaks ahead of you. Unfortunately, and he looks maxed out. Yeah. And now he's got the hernia thing. His abs are from the top to the bottom are completely screwed. He's going to have surgery.
I can't see him bringing a better package in this. I hope he does, but to be honest,
Yeah.
I don't see him bringing a better package in this.
Yeah, he was very sharp in the like the obliques are shredded. He's very hard in some areas of his body, and in the back, it's mix and match. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
He's holding water, even up at the top of the pecs here in the shoulders. There's water. It's filmy. His chest isn't super striated. Like it's not striated like.
So for him to get drier, he's gonna have to pull some water, but he's gonna lose some fullness because they're gonna try to play that full game. And when you can't do both, you gotta pick your poison.
Yeah. And then
But look at Presty's abs there, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like it's dice. Legs could be more striated, more detail, but rhomboids look good. Lee, you're not stopping, eh?
That is all. Did you think Vlad would won the Italy show? Yeah, that's a good question. He could have won. Yeah. I don't know. I think Rubio would have pushed Hunter if he was tighter.
If he was tighter, he'd have a shot.
Yeah. So that's the update on Hunter. I do not have Hunter in the top 6 of the Olympia anymore. Maybe he can be 7th, 8th, or 9th, but if he's tighter and improved. But that's the Hunter story. Bob Ciccarello saying that he's the honorary athletes rep. Now he's kind of come out and said that. Before on my show, he said he was the athletes rep. I said, "Are you the official athletes rep?" He's like, "Yeah, I've been 20 years. I've been the athletes rep, Matthew." And then he goes on to EP09 and then he's like, "Oh," and he kind of stumbles. He goes, "Oh, I think I'm more like the honorary athletes rep."
And you know why?
Bob.
Because no one's talked about it before
Bob.
in great detail, and now that's come to great front. So he's got to look great.
Yeah, he got pressured by me, and then now he's being questioned again. Let's see here.
Not a lot of money because of the way the structure is of the federation.
Has anybody come to you lately as an athlete with a concern that you have brought to Jim Mannion or Tyler or the IFBB? When was the last time someone did?
An actual complaint of somebody of wrongdoing or looking into something, it's got to be over 10 years. If anything, I'm an athlete's rep on the what you want to call it, almost like an honorary position. I know Lee's not big on the 212 division. He thinks it's useless. I know. Go ask Flex Lewis if it's useless. Go ask Jose Raymond if it's useless.
I hope that music isn't copyrighted. It probably isn't. But because it's on his channel. But there we go. Lee, he's calling you again on the 212, right? He keeps coming at Lee. He just has this fixation about Lee. And he has to call out Lee on everything Lee says. What do you think about that? Him saying he's an honorary?
He got caught with his foot in his mouth. Now it's come to light because everyone's talking about it. It's either you are or you're not. It's either you eat oatmeal or you don't eat oatmeal. Which one is it? So you said you're the athlete's rep. Say it with conviction. Believe in it. Say it. But now don't go back to say I'm the honorary. Now you're letting people know that I'm not really an athlete's rep.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Yeah. And Bob texted me this morning. Like he texted me this morning. He's like, "Hey man, I was on your show and you said I posed a challenge to you and I said, you should make a comparison photos to Phil Klahar against the top 6 at the Chicago Pro just to see how he looks." I'm like, he was on the show and I was like, okay, Bob, sure, whatever. I was like, yeah, I have time to do that. Fuck, like I'm gonna take pictures and do that. But I was just like jokingly saying, yeah, okay, sure, Bob. And then he's like, "Matt, I'm calling you out. You better do that top 6 comparison to Phil Klahar." I'm like, Bob, you're 50. How old are you? What are you doing? Like I said, does he need an intervention?
Bob needs to feel relevant. And because you're the voice, okay, cool. But there's sometimes you got to sit back and be the backseat person. You're getting caught in too many things. First, you're an athlete's rep. Now you're not. Then you're saying, I don't get paid by the IFBB. But if you're in the show and you're hosting, the umbrella is IFBB. So either way, a promoter or whatnot, you're getting paid through the umbrella. So yeah, you're getting paid in some way. Maybe not a check directly that says from the IFBB, but you're getting some type of compensation. So come on, we all know that we're not stupid.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. He's the MC. He works directly with the Manions, which is whatever. Fine, do that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But then don't represent the athletes too. It's too close to the.
Yeah.
It's too close, right? So I don't know. Anyways, Bob is just continuously he's still on me, so I wanted to mention that. But Bob, I might be working on something, so we'll see. Might be working on something special for Bob Ciccarello in regards to his challenge to me. Anyway, so I guess Bob's the new honorary athletes rep. He's changed his tone, which is not a good look when you. Bob's like, you're a good politician, Matt. You can't answer the question. I'm like, Bob, I answered your question like 5 times on my show.
Yeah.
And now Bob's being a politician by changing his stance on what he actually is.
He'll change it next week. Watch next week.
Yeah. What's it going to be next week, Bob? Are you going to be the involuntary athletes rep or
the ambassador?
The voluntary? Like what? I don't know. It's a joke. Okay. Then we'll wrap this up here pretty quick. Derek Lunsford just posted some updates here, and we'll see what you think how he looks here.
It's going to be interesting. This Olympia, a lot of feelings are going to get hurt.
All right. This is just under 5 weeks out. Derek Lunsford posting almost a full body shot, which is good. Not hiding anything.
His right bicep so much dominant compared to his left.
Was it because he's on an angle though a little bit? Or is that just
probably?
Yeah, his camera's closer to that one side. He's bigger in the chest, but he's pumped in the gym, so you can't really say much there. My chest looks pumped when I'm in the gym. Doesn't look like that right now.
The blood's flowing.
Yeah. His abs still don't look really much improved. They're kind of barely there, type of thing.
But you can see he's right-handed because every pose he does is with the right. So it's really dominant. You can see that.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a big difference.
Next week, Bob will have.
Oh shoot!
Next week, Bob will be like, "Sponsored by Gymshark, guys. Here's the shirt. He have a Celsius can and drinking it like ice." But he's got like 15 sponsors. Good for him, right? You can pull that many sponsors in. Good for him.
Yeah, he improved in the chest compared to last year. You can definitely see it. But like we said, you're pumped in the gym right now. Let's see an hour from now how the chest is.
It looks good. His chest is nowhere near the striations of Hottie. It will never be.
But compared to last year, improvement. Big improvement. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'm surprised he can pose without Hani standing there showing him what to do. That's funny. Yeah, it's a good one. Good one. So that's Derek, just under 5 weeks out. I think it looks good. I think the skin in the abs looks a little thick. But I could just be I always look at the skin thickness. On my athletes, anyone, I'm looking at the thickness of that skin because you can tell how much fat is in there and you know how much water we got to remove. And when he hits the pose right there, you can see the abs are a little. Although he's probably full, he's eating meals, he's in the gym, so it's not tight, sucked in. But
you can see the small little fatty deposit spots in his upper abs, those small dots, so you can tell he's lean. So if they're already there now, he can't get any much leaner because once those pop, that tells your body that you've hit that ceiling point.
Yeah, I thought he would be leaner from the front. That's his issue. He's from the back, good to go. From the front, it can't match Hottie on that conditioning from the front. And you can see it in his abs. Yeah. So I don't know. We're gonna see how Derek pulls it off here. He is bigger, so. Yeah. To me, it looks like he's put on some tissue. Yeah, for sure. He would have to come on. He has to. He has to come in bigger to stand at least from the front to compare with Hottie better. Okay, that's Derek update, and then we'll finish off with Keon, who is a ridiculous looking. You know, Sean Clary is definitely gonna have. Oh, it was his coach.
Give me a battle. He's gonna have a problem.
There it is. 4.6 weeks out.
Hey, look at that. That's density, fullness. Keon's issue before was he had nothing in his hamstring, no glute tie-ins. Look at his glutes now and hamstrings.
and he's not even like at the max of the 212 capacity yet.
That's not. Yeah, he has genetic potential, like how Derek went from the 212 to the open. He's going to be a problem when he gets to the open. His body wants to grow. His body wants to grow.
We're calling it now. He's going to go to the open like Derek Lunsford. He has the same structure, if not better genetics than Derek. Tiny waist, same front double bicep. It looks the same as Derek's. He's the Derek in the making.
100%.
He if he just keeps his head right, his abs are an issue. I'm going to say that right now. If you've ever seen him, his abs have a big split down the center.
Yeah. He's got wide abs. He's got
wide
abs.
And it's getting I don't know if something's going on. That could be the downfall of his. It could be an issue. So
that's why he doesn't vacuum so much, because
he doesn't do ab and thigh. No, he will not hit it. He'll just do it a vacuum. And I wish and I hope Steve Weinberger calls out the athletes and says, ab and thigh, you can do an ab and thigh and do the vacuum for a second, but you got to crunch down. I need to see those abs. I want to see if your abs are in. But some of these poses, they're just doing a vacuum. Then call it vacuum and thigh and compare everyone equally with the vacuum and thigh. Yeah. How can you fucking compare athletes when one is doing a vacuum and the other is doing fucking flex abs? So come on, like, let's be professional and to judge, call the athlete out and say, hit ab and thigh, crunch your abs down. Everyone same pose. Hey, you're doing oblique and thigh, Hunter. Fuck, do a ab and thigh. It's just so stupid. Like, I can see this. There's not anyone else see where these athletes are doing cheap. They're turning to the side to hide their flaw, and the judge is just like, okay, I'll get away with it. Go ahead. I'll judge you like that.
It's not called an oblique and thigh. It's called ab and thigh.
Guys, like, does anyone see this shit? It's so it pisses me off. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, it's just dumb. Like, just get them to pose properly. Like, the athletes are like taking charge now on these comparisons. Judges don't seem to care that the athletes are just doing any fucking pose they want in the pose, right? They're doing a side tricep, but then they're total front ab and thigh side tricep. It's like, I don't know. It's just getting weird on the stage now with these poses.
Yeah. I'm surprised no one has done a comparison. I can't remember that page that does comparison bodybuilders, but I'm surprised no one done the comparison from Keon and Derek Lunsford side by side.
Yeah, I'll get Superset Man to do that. I don't know if he's done it, but he would. He should do it. Yeah. Another rant, guys. I'm trying to keep things accountable in this sport, because it's just like so much people get away with so much shit. And this is a professional league. This is a Super Bowl of bodybuilding, and you got guys not posing the same in the comparison round, because we have to compare the pose each individual athlete next to the person standing next to you. And when you're doing a vacuum rather than ab and thigh, it's just like, this is retarded. What's happening here? Like, what am I watching? And then it's like, are they actually judging these people then if they're not hitting the same pose?
That's good.
How can you tell who's getting a better pose? Like, what are you judging on? Because his vacuum looks better than his ab and thigh. Like, what are you judging it on? Yeah.
Because if someone turns to the side, you're not seeing their abs. And then someone does a vacuum, you're not seeing their abs. So how do you judge that?
So I would love, if I ever have Steve back on, I don't know if he will, but if after all the drama and shit, if he does come on my show, Steve, how do you judge? Actually, I think I did ask Steve that. Okay. And he's like, they can do it both. I don't mind if they do a vacuum, but they have to crunch down. So Steve is cool. He actually said they have to do that. Now I remember. But Keon doesn't do it.
So so if they don't crunch down, do they at least come to someone who crunches
That's
down?
what we would need to ask. Yeah.
You can't just say, well, he has no abs, I'm going to judge just his thigh. So which one is it, right?
Yeah. So, and Derek does it too. Derek does it against Hadi because he knows he can't touch Hadi in the ab and thigh. So he loses that pose. He gives it up anyway. So I don't really care about that. But it's just like, I don't know. When you don't, Derek does both. He does it, at least he hits it quick for like a second, and then he goes and does the vacuum and keeps it there. All right, so I think that's good. I wanted to keep an hour. It's the middle of the day. I got to get back to my other business.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, man, thanks for coming on. This is a good one. Good viewers throughout the whole time here. So thank you guys for sticking with us. Please remember to hit that like button, guys. It really does help the channel.
Subscribe.
Well, they're subscribed. So everyone that's in the chat, only people that subscribe can be in the chat here. so we don't get trolls and stuff.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you guys. Lee, it's 5 a.m. Lee is up early, getting it done.
Lee, we got to get you on, Lee, and have all of us on.
Yeah, we'll have Lee on a live show where
Yes.
anything can happen because it's live and we can't censor it and we can't. Although I don't censor my shit, I just let Lee speak and it's all Lee. So, but yeah, that would be fun to have Lee on a live show for sure.
Yes.
If he's down for it. But the timing, it's early over there, so
forgot.
usually we do this later. Usually we do this 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So that would actually probably work for Lee. But yeah, he's like, oh, there goes the channel. Then I just come on. Yeah. yeah. All right. He's up at 3:20 a.m. every day. Damn.
Shoot. Okay.
It's a legend there.
Legend,
Right?
Lee.
Yeah.
I need some Lee Priest merch.
Yeah, man. I appreciate Lee. You know, it makes sense about the 212 division. I agree. I think it's just like, don't give the athletes a handout because they're not as big as the open guys. It doesn't matter. Lee was never as big as the open guys, or Lee was never as big as the guys that were just in his class in the open. He just fucking outshaped them, outconditioned them, and just outworked them and fucking beat them.
Yep.
And he was giving up 30 pounds to these guys, even more sometimes, and he would beat them. So they didn't do it back then. For those guys, they had to work and compete with the big boys, and get that giant killer title. So it can be done. Sean Clarita's done it. He's beat open guys. He beat Regan Grimes. He beat Sergio Olivia Jr. So it's doable. Derek's done it. Derek Lunsford, Hottie's done it.
Definitely doable.
Do we really need a 212 anymore? I don't think so. All right. Thanks, Rich. Coach Rich. Go check out his Instagram too. Go follow him on Instagram. And man, I appreciate you coming on, guys.
Always.
All right. We'll catch you on the next one.
Take care, everybody.
Take care, guys. Peace.